entertain. So what can you expect? We'll start with a short overview of the expertise and the services of each organization, and then we'll dive into questions on leadership, industry challenges, collaboration, sustainability, and others. And then we'll follow that by a quick wrap up. So I have the pleasure of introducing our guest today. Joining us is Ovation Consult. Ovation Consult provides enterprise AI transformation implementation services and has developed a new methodology called Enterprise AI Transformation Blueprint, which allows organizations to analyze their current enterprise architecture, business processes, tasks, operational decisioning, and knowledge assets to develop insight into AI-based solutions. The outcome is an AI blueprint which is well aligned with strategic business objectives and ensures continuous enterprise learning, as well as robust, safe, and explainable business decisions. And representing Ovation Consult today is Sylvie Dan. Sylvie is a business analysis consultant, enterprise architect, and experienced project manager. She is certified in the Open Group Architecture Framework, or TOGAF, as a project management professional, or PMP, from PMI. She has the Certificate of Competency in Business Analysis, or CCBA, Information Technology Infrastructure Library, or ITIL, and is a Certified Scrum Master, or CSM. With 20 plus years of experience, her expertise includes knowledge and systems modeling standards such as TOGAF, Unified Modeling Language, or UML, Business Process Modeling Notation, or BPMN, and Decision Modeling Notation, or DMN, as well as Cross-Industry Standard Process for Data Mining, or CRISP-DM. Sylvie is the founder and CEO of Ovation Consult, which won the 4th Annual Global AI Award in the Best AI Consultancy category. So welcome, Sylvie. I want to thank you very much for joining us today. We're very excited to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, Julianne. Happy to be here with you to exchange. And I can say that, I don't know, when you were just presenting me and presenting everything about the company, Ovation Consult, I just realized that there was a lot in.
Yeah, you should be proud. That's a great set of credentials and a breadth of knowledge. It's very impressive.
Yeah, actually, you just made me realize it.
It's strange when you hear somebody talk about you out loud, right? When you're sitting right there. I always find that to be a little odd. Like, wow, are they talking about me?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, it's our pleasure. So now that we've introduced a little bit about the company, why don't you share with us some things that yourself and Ovation Consult can offer? First, I think we wanted to highlight maybe some of the additional volunteering activities that you do and Ovation Consult participates in.
Yeah, thank you for that. We do a lot, but actually what I'm proud of is the plus that I'm bringing and sharing with young people. And this is through Helping Hands. It has been, I would say, like since 5 years we are doing this mentorship initiative. And I have met a lot and heard a lot and helped a lot. And I can't stop here because I think it is the moment. It is the moment to share. And education is changing also. The way we study, we learn also is changing. So I think the best way to really help young people based on what is going on in the world, based on economy, based on their own professional dreams or who they want to be. It is only through mentorship.
I absolutely agree with you.
And there's also learning, but learning is more about I will say happy women know who they are. When I say know who they are, it's not that they don't know who they are actually. It's more about being aware of your own strength, because sometimes we are lost. We are lost because we are going through so much. How
Yes.
I will say the family is asking us a lot. Our husband are are asking us a lot. The community are asking us a lot. The society, the country. So when you face all this, you don't even know where you are going, who you are anymore. So we try to help people to focus back on themselves, to discover that strength inside themselves and be able to take back the the the, the baton and say, yes, I can do this. It's not crazy though. I just need to know my rights, know how to organize my day, know how to talk, know how to defend myself, know how to bring my own chair to the table.
Right.
So we really give them the tools that they need to do all these things and by themselves most of the time. And this is the funny part, the wow part is really how they you think that you can do that, but at the end you can do that. You can do
Yeah.
it. So and last one is the PMO, and PMO why I decided to be a hub ambassador, because in Africa we are, I won't say that we are emerging, but a lot is going on actually when we talk about technology in Africa. It seems that we are taking our place now
Hmm.
and we are behind, but not really behind because a lot of job has been done, a lot of work has been done. And if we who are outside of Africa can share our knowledge, our experiences, and talk about what the PMO can bring to the table and share all this with them, I think that we can quickly scale and align with the rest of the world. So
Yeah.
this is why
Wonderful.
I am actually an ambassador. So it is a lot. It is not only about sharing, but um, let them know that beyond PMI, we have PMO.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm there with other people to bring the good news, if we can say that.
That's great. I have a question about maybe a little bit more towards lean in. Do you find that I run into this a lot mentoring others here in the States? Do you find that people have strengths, but they don't necessarily recognize them or think of them as strengths? So they're good at something, but maybe they think it's not good enough. Do you run into that scenario a lot?
Yes, a lot. And I am the proof. I went through it that, sometimes I won't even consider or even, I won't say that I'm not aware of. It may be lost somewhere, like I'm blind. Like I don't know if, because I am doing it every day and it become an habit. And for me, it is that, oh, it's normal. I can do that. I can help you.
Oh,
Not, this is not something that people need to talk about. This is normal for me. So don't say that. Don't even talk about it. But we forget that that strength can lead us to another success, and if we just can be conscious about it and say, okay, I know that I can teach people, or no, I know how naturally, I know that I can be a role model for someone, but because I am just downgrading it, I'm not doing it, or maybe I'm doing it, but I don't think that I can share it with the rest of the world or the rest of the people around me. Like, okay, I can be a role model for a student at X university or S college.
hmm.
Um, but I'm afraid to do it to the rest. But I have the strength, I have the quality, I have the character, I have everything that. So why am I stopping myself or shooting myself?
Right.
And most of the time, there is a lot of reason behind it. It could be because of where you were born, because of the family, what they told you. It could be there's a lot of reason and factor behind the why we shoot ourselves. And if we can in learning help you discover it by yourself, because they say if you know what is going on with yourself, you can at least heal yourself, by just beginning one step at a time. And yeah, this is what we do. We really help you be aware of your strength by recognizing what is wrong, what is right, what you should not accept from other, and what you should accept from other too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And thanks for volunteering. It's so important, like you said, that we share ourselves so that, everybody can understand. And, if they find this to be their passion, like we do, that we help, get them to that place. I think that's a really great thing.
Thank you so much. But you know that I just want to add something quickly.
Sure.
When you give, you receive. So the more you give, the more you learn, the more you receive. And it is amazing how much you can learn from people.
I agree. Totally. It's wonderful. You're always learning, even people that you're teaching, you're learning from, just like you said. So, I've always found that to be fascinating and rewarding at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about Ovation Consult itself, its services, what it has to offer, and let our viewers know about that.
At Ovation Consult, we are really we love help people, and first of all, it is about analysis. I discovered that we all analyze, but once more we are not aware of it because it's so quick. It happens so quick. To give you a simple example, when you wake up this morning, you will say that I didn't think about it, but you think about it before take a coffee, right? You analyze, you make a short, quick analysis to be able to take your coffee. And because sometimes we don't think when it comes to project, we don't think farther or further. I think we don't think far. We just think about tomorrow, but not about the long term. So because of that, sometimes we miss some return on investment. So my goal at Ovation Consult is to really help people to analyze their needs before jumping to any kind of conclusion. So we do that through modeling. We also manage. When I talk about management, is about project management for sure, and we teach. We will not only come to you and analyze your need, but we will also teach you how to do next time if we are not there. So we give you all the tools, and we will always be there anyway to help you continue the journey. So if people want to know more, they just need, because not we can handle any kind of project. So I cannot really talk about each of them here, but I'm inviting people to just send us an email or contact us, and we will see how we can help them through their own journey.
Yeah, I mean, digital transformation, it means different things to different people. Like there's this overarching definition, and you tell me if I have that right. But,
Yes.
If you say digital transformation to one firm and another firm, like they're going to have to do different things and care for different things, right? So it's not always the same.
Absolutely, it's not always the same. And why we are talking about digital transformation and not anything else, because today we are talking about AI. We are talking and
Yeah.
and AI is there to help everyone who need it. And we also have data in our enterprise. Any kind of company or enterprise have their own data, and so with data we can do a lot and help them really be aligned with today's technology.
Yeah. Do you find there's a lot of fear around AI? I've encountered that mindset that, it's going to eliminate jobs and, like, do you encounter that at all? I'm just curious.
Yes, but to, just to let you know something,
Uh-huh.
today people are using the word, I won't say the word, yeah, just use the word AI as a buzz. Everything is AI and it is a buzz
Okay.
because we really need to like take a step back and really think about it as a technology simply, just simply put it,
Okay.
because AI is only there to help us, but there's still a lot to do. There's still a lot to do. We need to look at AI in two ways. When we talk about philosophy, we talk about AI also. And sometimes I dare say that I don't know, AI is the new or the modern philosophy for me. It
Okay.
is.
That's
I
interesting. No, I like that take on it. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it is a new. But when we look at the other side, which is the technology side, there's a lot going on. But
Hmm.
we still need to find the correct algorithm to say that we master it. There's
Mm.
still a lot to do, but we are just using a bit of it to help ourselves
Right.
evolve and also help any company who want to have a great return on their investments and do that. So but there's a lot to say, and like I'm telling you, AI is a buzzword, and for me to pronounce myself on it, I really go carefully because I can say stuff here and people will hear it and say, no, 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 this is not that. This so there's a lot of discussion about AI, and for me, AI is a buzzword, and like I say, I like to first of all look at it like a philosophy, like a modern philosophy type, and the other side, like technology. How can I use what I have on technology side to improve someone's life, improve someone's company, improve someone need, no, result, like when I say need, but yeah, need.
Yeah.
Uh, and on the other side, just think about it once more as a philosophy, but I don't want to enter that lane because there's a lot to say that way too.
Yeah. Yeah. Understood. Well, thank you for that. We kind of went down a little rabbit hole there, but I think it was very interesting, and thank you for that. And thanks for that overview on Ovation. I think it gives our viewers a really good understanding of what you all do there and what you can provide. So I think now we'll dive into our question set. So the first question I want to ask: as our industry evolves, so do the challenges we face. So, which superhero or role model would you call on to face the biggest challenge for PMOs today, and why?
Wow. I like to say that we are all superheroes in our own way, or role model in our own way and everywhere. So when from home, even from the day you are born to where you are today, we find superhero and role model everywhere. So who am I going to call on to face the biggest challenge for PMOs today? I think it will be the baby that is born today because there is so much to learn from that baby. If that baby could only talk, then we will learn a lot and see. Like I just said a few minutes ago, analysis everywhere,
Hmm.
management is everywhere. So PMO value is everywhere. So how could we learn from that baby? Uh, just by observing his way to exchange with us, we can learn a lot and apply it and see how we can compare it to PMO value or what we can withdraw or how we can adjust what we are learning from this baby with what we already have and how we can adjust it and make it something new. Because if there is no movement, if there is no evolution, so there is no, I don't think there's no life, there is no
Yeah.
uh, future somewhere. So I think I'm going to call the baby today. That was
Oh, yeah, that's great. I love that take on it. We're all heroes. We all find that inner strength we have, and if we share it and we attack it together, then we can solve the problem.
yeah, because that baby is not lost at all. He just came in. He
Yeah.
he knows like a lot of things that we already forget about, that we can even hang on
Yeah.
to move forward. And that brings me back also to one of your questions. So about learning how we can, like how to help people to know about their strength. Just if you observe, because if you don't observe, I don't know how you can find that strength in yourself.
Right.
So yeah, we really need to, everyone need to connect to a baby and learn from them and see how they can apply what they learn to their own life and find their own way, because they have there are so much, there is so much that we can learn from that baby.
That's great.
So I will
Love
call
it.
them.
That's awesome. All right, so let's move on to the next question. So when we're looking for someone, to partner with, frequently we want to understand their approaches to problem solving. So tell us, what would be your problem solving tagline?
Can you repeat your question actually? Like I told you those questions. Okay,
That's
great.
okay. So, like, what would be your catchphrase or
Yeah.
your quick phrase, your tagline for problem solving to let people know, like, how you approach problem solving?
Okay. Um, it will be communication.
Okay.
Com- Communication will be my tagline. We need to learn to listen to each other, because
Mhm.
if we cannot listen to each other, there is no solving a problem. Because if you want to solve a problem, what happened? Something happened, for example, something happened, and they call you to solve the problem. What are you going to do? You need to ask questions. And if you ask questions, you want to either learn from what they say and find a solution with them, but you cannot come, even if you were there observing and you witness the issue, you still need to talk and listen. And there is no talking without listening. So you need to listen. So you really need to communicate, not only with the team, if there's a team, or the person who are involved in, or with yourself. Sometimes talking aloud and listening to yourself back will help you find the solution. So yes, communication is the key here.
Yeah, I really appreciate that you said that, because I know I've had some experiences throughout the course of my career where I'm working with somebody and they have their model and you're communicating with them, but they're just giving you like a canned, or what we call cookie cutter kind of prescribed thing back. So they're not really listening to you, and it's not really being as successful as it could be. So I really appreciate that you bring communication up there for that reason.
Yeah, communication is the key, and it is a soft skill everywhere.
Yeah.
Either with PMO, PMI analysis, you need to learn how to listen.
Right.
There's many ways to listen, and the best way to solve a problem once more is really to listen and ask questions. Really
Yeah.
listen. Take everyone' opinion, point of view in account. But to do that, you need to communicate. And communicate, what is it? It's talk and listen in
Right.
many ways. It could
Both
be
sides.
writing, yeah, talking or sending an image, whatever is
Yep.
the media you are using. There's still a way to listen or observe. We can sometimes say that observation could be a way to listen to. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's move on to the next question. So we've kind of seen a shift from process-driven methods and project manager as team member to, value-driven frameworks and project manager as leader. So leadership is, more prevalent and more associated to project management than it has been in the past. So let's say you are making a movie on what it takes to lead. Describe the plot for us. And you can, if you have a movie that already exists that you think, fits there, that works too.
Okay. I don't know if I remember the name of the movie. I think it is a sick. I don't know. There was a tagline or tag word, tag expression, secure the bag. it was with Leonardo DiCaprio or something. I forgot the name.
Okay.
I don't remember really, but yeah, to describe the plot, I won't be able to really describe a clear plot because for me, uh, depending of the project, sometimes you are the team, the manager, the program, the code, you are everything in the team. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when you are working with people, and you need to deliver software like a CRM or an ERP or EHR or EMR, you need to work with people. And to describe the plot, actually, for me, will be more about um, the result, what the client will have as a result, because when they are using the software, there is a reason why they are using the software. For example, for the EMR or EHR, they are doing it just to prevent some disease or to make sure that they all receive their shots, they are
Mm-hmm.
up to date. So uh, what it takes once more to lead will be the reason behind the result.
Okay.
The result, which will be any kind of result. I'll just give an example. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end, you are making a movie on what it takes to lead, describe the plot. And like I said, leadership is not, sometimes most of people say, okay, leadership is something that you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Maybe it is something that you are born with. And for me, I will say that it's something you are born with and that you can improve and expand. I will give you an example, simple example. Something happened somewhere where I was working. It's not here. Yeah, it is somewhere. I won't just give the place,
Sure.
nor the name, the name of
No,
the
that's
company.
okay. I understand.
Yeah, but I will tell you that what happened that day was the thief come in the company and they lose some computer.
Mm,
And I was the accounting department, but I had the key to open the office.
mm-hmm.
And when I discovered it, the first thing I did was to call the director and to call the police actually.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, to make it short, at the end, what I did was praise because they said, "Oh, Sylvie, you did something amazing because not only you call me, but you also call the police, but you find a place for people who need to use that computer that day to work in another place. So you take the lead."
Nice.
So at the end, I will say it again, the result for the plot will be the result that will fulfill the need of any user, and to take the lead of that
Mm-hmm.
will be to participate without having any input.
Yeah. Without having to be told, right? You can
Yeah,
do it. You can see
you
it.
just
Yeah.
yeah. This is what I call leadership and to take the lead.
Yeah. So it sounds like your plot is maybe, um, a person who learns about their strengths and learns how to use them and then hones all of that ability to be able to apply that and see what's needed and not just focus on the problem, but the end solution.
Not
That's
only
why I
that,
would sum that up, Sylvie.
but not only that, I will just say that it's just natural. You face something and you take the lead without even knowing that you have that strength. But
Yeah, okay.
you discover through through the action that you have that strength, that you can lead people without knowing.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
like it.
This
We
is
should make a
fun.
movie.
Those questions are tough though. Anyway, so
Let's
yeah.
move on to the next one. So we've talked a little bit about, I think, collaboration already, but it's essential to the success of any partnership. So if you had to write a book on promoting and sustaining collaboration, what would be the title?
Oh my goodness. I love I will. The title will be community.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Yeah, community. Why am I talking about community? When we talk about community, we have a lot of actors in community, and community is about helping. Community is about making sure that what we are leaving behind is well held to to give like a baton. Like, okay, for
Mhm.
example, um we are in a community where we usually cut all kind of tree in our society. We cut the tree everywhere. We don't even care. So what kind of life or climate or what kind of nature are we going to leave behind to
Mhm.
those who are coming? Because in that community we have kids, we have old people, we have young, we have adults, we have any anyone with any kind of title. So if I should write a book and promote, I think I will call it community simply.
That's great. I love it. It ties in. I mean, I really
Just
like the way you kind of tied all of that together. So
because
I
yeah,
buy it.
just community because when we talk about like once more
Yeah,
in that book you will find more about how to take care of sustainability in life in your own work. You will also I will also probably talk about um, the value of life. And when I say value of life, I'm talking also about PMO, PMI analysis, because there's nothing we can do in life, even in our own life, without thinking. And when we say thinking deeply and go move forward thinking, because thinking is another thing, and analyzing is also another thing. So we really need. I think I will more talk about the value of life. Yeah, those things I'm going to. So community, yeah, community will be great. Like I thought.
I love it. I think that kind of segues into our next question. So, environmental social governance policies are, under their own spotlight lately, right? In the last couple of years, and sustainability is a big part of that, right? Which you kind of gave an example of. So, interested to know if receiving an award, how would your customers thank you and or Ovation Consult for influencing their sustainability?
It's just to continue doing what I teach them and making sure that they have an initiative that will lead to helping young people to discover who they are and give them the power of going beyond what they are doing. So anyone can choose any subject, but at the end of the day, giving back will be the way they will thank me for influencing their sustainability. Yeah.
That's great. So this cycle of giving back, right? You teach and mentor, and then that person becomes the teacher and mentor, and then that cycle just continues.
Yeah.
I
And,
love
they,
it.
they, and to maybe tell more, um, even if you look at life generally, like in general, just take life, you will see that it's a circle. It is a circle.
Right.
So the best way is to just repeat what the nature is teaching us in our own life, in our own work, and make it better. That's it. Learn, give back, make it better. No, learn, make it better, give back. Learn, make it better, give back. Learn, make it better, give back. Yeah, it is
That's
the same.
great.
Yeah,
That's a wonderful thing to be remembered for. So I think that's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It
All
is.
right, let's move on to the next question. So again, we've mentioned collaboration, right? And that it's key to a successful partnership, but so is culture. And I think as a service organization, I'd be willing to bet you've had to work with many different cultures of your clients. Um, so let's say you're hosting an event to celebrate culture integration with a partner organization. What would be the theme of that event?
Great question. Every time I smile means that I'm taking deep.
That's okay.
Um, I people,
Oh,
people,
okay,
yeah, people.
great.
Because we cannot talk about culture without talking about people. We cannot talk about culture without talking about diversity. We cannot talk about people without talking about communication,
Hmm.
people, and understanding. So yeah, I will say people because
Nice.
people is about um, culture, diversity, understanding, communication, and yeah, yeah.
I think that's great. And we have our book on community. We have our event with people. It all fits together. It's really
I even think
showing the
about
picture.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I don't think about that. You just wrap up everything. Everything turns around community. But
Yeah.
before community, there is people. And before people, there is individual. So it is you first. Okay? Then you extend it to the member of your family. And after that, you can go to the street. The street, you go to the town,
Mhm.
you go to the state or province, and then you go to the country. And after that, and then so everything turns around us, but we just need to make sure that we are not only focusing on ourselves, but also focusing on the rest of the people around us. Because I like to say everywhere, even if on my place of work, everywhere I'm going, I like to say that there's no we without I. We should
Nice.
there's no we without I. You cannot say we when there's no I.
Right.
I think we are going to celebrate people, celebrate how they are doing their own life and how they are giving back around themselves, how they are supporting people around themselves, and how they are impacting people around themselves, and what will be the legacy they are leaving.
Yeah,
So I will probably, yeah, people will be the same. Yeah.
that's awesome. I think you might be creating the best segues ever that we've ever had in this show because our next question is about community. So,
Okay.
one of the purpose points of the PMO leader is to build a community. We call ourselves a community of communities, right? Because we don't, we're not PMI, we're not one organization or the other. But this doesn't happen overnight or in isolation, right? As we've talked about. So I'm curious, what would be your signature song for what it takes to build a community?
Um, I think I don't know if I can remember that one, but the name of the person who sung it is Louis Armstrong. I think. What wonderful world!
Yes. Okay. I know it.
Yeah, but I can't even I can't even search it here. I don't know. What a wonderful. No,
And I
I don't.
think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, I
Yeah,
won't sing any more than that because I don't think anybody wants to hear me sing.
yeah. It will be that. What a wonderful world. Why? Because um, it basically we are good people. We are good person. We are good as a person, but we are also bad. But if we have been able to build all these great things around ourselves, it means that somewhere inside of us we knew or we know how to balance the bad and the good inside of ourselves.
Mhm.
The good and the bad outside, based on what we are receiving. We know how to balance everything that we receive and everything that we are giving to be able to say that this world is wonderful because there is joy everywhere. We just need to focus on it. But if we choose to not focus on it and we focus only on the bad,
Right.
then we can only see bad stuff around ourselves. But yes, I know that is not easy. It's hard to focus on good when bad things is happening around us and can even impact us directly or indirectly.
Right.
That is where the beauty is laying. Like if you just take few minutes of your time, you will see that looking at all these skills around you, there's a beauty. And this is also why I used to say that there's nothing is perfect, but you will find the perfection in the imperfect in the imperfection. Yeah.
Right.
So the perfect will be found in the imperfect, and sometimes the imperfect will be found in the. Look at the world around you. Look around yourself. Nothing is straight line. And when you look at the nature, you see those mountains, you see the lake, you see the river, you see the tree, you see everything, and you say, wow, it's beautiful. So why not? Humans also are beautiful. So when we combine everything and we just give ourselves the right to incline our hearts more toward good stuff, then yes, the world is beautiful and wonderful. So
Yeah.
what a wonderful world. It's not easy though, but it can be done.
Yeah, I can see what you mean though, because one of the things that, when I talk about, so I've been very fortunate in my career. I have experienced being a part of a high performing team. And I think that was one of the things that I tell people really made the difference with that team, that, when my contributions were not going great, there was a whole team of people around me that lifted me up, that helped me, that counseled me, that consoled me, right? And we all did that for each other throughout the whole project. And I think that, that's what made the difference. And that's what flipped us from, a successful team to a really high performing team, because we knew that we had that support all around us, even in the midst of all this bad stuff that might be happening. So I totally I love your answer to that question, because I've experienced it and I've seen that it can be successful. And, when you do that, it can just help a lot of people.
Yeah, to take your line, actually, I will tell you when you look at a team and you look at them, you observe them, and you are happy. You say, "Wow, this team, they are bond, and because of the relationship, professional relationship, actually, they are delivering." And
Hmm.
you are amazed. But when you go inside the team and you ask to be part of that team, you will see that it's not only about the manager, actually, it's also about the team member. They are
Hmm.
all listening to each other, they are all having each other back,
Hmm.
they are all supporting each other and they understand each other. They accept also the fact that the other one is not perfect. So they need to help that person to be up to date when it comes to deliver his tasks. So when we take all this and expand it to the world or outside of the company, just repeating the same thing, how the world will be wonderful at that moment. You see? So we are not maybe all meant to work together, but we can learn how to work together, put our
Right.
own character on side, and think about what we are living, and also the impact that the result of our work will have on people.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
mean, within that team, there were people that I definitely like, we never agreed on anything, but we respected each other and we listened to each other. That was another thing we talked about, right?
yes,
And that made the difference, it
yes,
was like, it wasn't a bad situation where we just felt like we couldn't work with each other. We figured out how to make it work
yeah,
with respect, with community, with keeping our focus on the end result, right?
yeah.
So those are
Basically,
all things we talked about.
yeah, just to how to build a community, what it takes actually. It
Hmm.
just it, maybe I use a signature song to maybe express myself, but basically to build a community you need to be human. When I
Hmm.
say human, I don't like being human just literally talking, but human means what? Being open minded
Hmm.
and accept the other one without judging or criticize that person,
Right.
and focus more on what that person can bring to support you in your own journey and the people around in their own journey. What that person is bringing to the table. Is it good only for me or
Yeah.
for people around me? How can we use that value? And this is why actually I found, there's a lot of organization there. There's a lot of PMO community outside there, but I don't know. I have been really attracted to that one because
Hmm.
I feel like it was aligned with my own value, which
Yeah.
was anything about community.
Right.
And you can feel it. There's no hiding something. There's no secret. It's just as simple as it is. Come, join us, take your
Right.
place, and impact people.
Agree. And it's global too. Like,
It's so good.
which I used to work globally in my job, and I now work for a company that's more centralized in the United States, which is where I'm at. And I kind of miss that. I miss talking with people all over the world. I love learning about different cultures, different people, the way things are in different parts of the world, because it just helps me be a more empathetic person. So that was one of the things that drew me to the PMO leader, because it was building that global sense of community. So totally appreciate that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right. So we're going to go to our last question. This one is the purely fun question of the day.
Okay.
Tell us, if your company were a food, what would it be and why?
Food. Wow. Can we use water as a food?
Sure.
Okay, it will be water then. And why? Because there's nothing we do without water.
Nice.
Water is everywhere. And even to come, even from the womb of your mother to this life, you were in water. So yeah, water will be, yeah, will be the food. Yeah, water. And why? There's nothing without water. Water will feed you, even if there's bread. There's no bread. There's no sandwich. There's nothing. If just drinking water will feed you, and yeah, just
Yeah.
water.
That totally fits, right? With the sustainability that we talked about before.
Yeah,
So I love it.
actually, I don't even think about it. It just comes naturally. I don't,
But that's coming from the heart then, because it's all fitting together, right? To paint this picture.
you said it because I was maybe talking, but to tell the truth, I was not listening to myself. I was
Yes.
just answering your question, but at the end, like to say, yes, we really need to care for that water. We really need to care for it because, like, there is no water, there is no tree. I don't know how we are going to live on this earth.
Right. Right. That's great. All right, so let's move on to questions. I did have a couple questions come through for you. The first one is, what's the most frequent request that you receive related to services around business requirements?
Most of them is more about something which we call as is to be. They already have the software, they already have the services they need is already fulfilled. But because technology is moving, or maybe the competitor is doing something amazing, and that is leading them behind, instead of moving them forward, it's just moving them behind. So uh, they usually reach out to help them look after the process and find what is wrong, what they need to fix,
Mm-hmm.
or most of the time, how they can answer the user needs in another way, to improve the way they answer to the need in a new way.
Great. Another question that came through, have you seen the landscape of digital transformation changing pre and post pandemic?
Uh, yes, it was there. It was there, but today we are more aware of it, and there is
Mm,
more tool,
okay.
more tool that we can use to improve the way we work every day, or improve even what we use every day in our own life, or everywhere we go, or everywhere there's a need that need to be fulfilled.
Awesome. So more visibility. Yeah. I mean, certainly it was, in the span of a couple of days, the whole world had to go digital. So that makes sense that we would see that kind of transition post
Yeah,
pandemic to that. Yeah.
yeah, and the well-known one, I think, is Zoom.
Yeah.
And Zoom really help with that digital transformation idea,
Hmm.
and virtuality, and the way we work just be transformed by it. So today people are more inclined to accept any employee to work from home, which was not the reality before.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. So those are the questions that came through, but I have a couple of my own. So I'm going to ask them too. Um, with your consultants holding so many certifications, how do you keep up with the changes? Having so many under your belt.
You just need to learn how to read. If you learn how to read, then you will be always up to date, because there are many ways to read, and you cannot have all these certifications without being up to date. You need to be up to date, and you also need to learn what is the common points between all these certifications.
Hmm. Okay.
So once you put your hand on that point, or yeah, that point, you can easily direct yourself um, through all this information that we receive through LinkedIn, book, YouTube. You can direct yourself, guide yourself, and find those any kind of information that you need to be up to date. Because all this certification is about people. It's about helping people. It's about delivering.
Yeah.
They are all about, want it or not, analysis, management, and doing things better. So once you know that, any kind of article or YouTube show or a book that go towards the idea of helping people, finding solution,
Hmm.
value, soft skill, then you will go and learn and read them or listen. But for the reading, you need to have a method, a style, yeah, to be
Gotcha.
able to read any kind of book or article, depends. Because you can see today, people just will just say, okay, this article, you can read it in 5 minutes, in 1 minute, in
I
two
know.
minutes.
It's convenient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you also need to learn how to find your information or what you need in that 5 minutes reading, or article, whatever the book, you need to know exactly, okay, if I go to that or this chapter, I will find my solution and
Gotcha.
easily be creative. Because yes, it's good to read, but you also need to learn how to understand what you are reading and be creative and evolve with it. Yeah.
Got it. So my last question, it might not be something that our viewers have picked up from our discussion here today, but I know when we were preparing, you had mentioned that you are involved with the citizen development movement. So I was wondering if you could just tell us a little bit more about that before we conclude.
Citizen development is more about low code, no code, low code, or something like that. And it is a way to build application today. Any kind of app can be built easily. Like you and I, if you don't have any idea of anything, you can go and train yourself, educate yourself, and from zero background in any kind of language, you can build an application.
Interesting.
And that is the beauty of it. And but as a BA and project manager working with those who code, I need to learn and know the technical language they use and what they are talking about. So because of that, I went and learned about that citizen development. Like it was foundation that I took course. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, it only, helps us to learn. When you learn a little bit about something, it just helps you be more effective in project management or consulting in general. Yeah. So I can appreciate that. Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that. Good to know. Maybe something I'll look into.
You need because it is easy. You just need, if you want it, you can do it. So it's not like crazy thing. It's really easy. Yeah. Take your time, and you will be able to call yourself the big creator of maybe an app that will help us with sustainability, actually.
Right.
So who knows? I am challenging you to do that.
Uh-oh. It's on tape. Now I have to do it.
Yeah. Next time I will see you, I will ask you,
okay,
you at least look into it?
All right. I have to put that on my to-do list. I will. All right. We're coming up to the top of the hour here. So I want to be respectful of everybody's time. Thank you so much, Sylvie. I want to thank you for your time today and providing us with this great insight about Ovation Consult and yourself and your experience. So if people are interested in learning more or tapping into your services, what's the best way for them to do that?
They can either go to ovationconsult.com or go to LinkedIn, just searching for my name, Sylvie Dan, or send me an email with my email. Send my email to sdan@ovationconsult.com. But yeah, I think LinkedIn is best. LinkedIn is best. They can see me there and contact me anytime.
Perfect. Well, everyone, that concludes our spotlight on Ovation Consult today. I want to invite you to join us next time when we highlight another great service organization that will be coming up in April. Details will be out on the PMO Leader site and in social media. So everyone take care, stay safe, have a great day. And Sylvie, thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Bye, everyone.
Bye.